In the summer of 2016, Eric wrote a brief and minimal synthesizer piece, and he documented it with a 4-track cassette recorder. And when I happened upon this moving sort of soundscape he had designed, I approached Eric with an unspectacular premise, which was just, hey, we should write an album together. The proposed approach was twofold. First, to craft songs for the express purpose of actually singing together in a group setting. Specifically, we wanted to provide disciples of Jesus with a collection of poems and hymns and liturgies, songs of worship, and so on.
The second premise had more to do with the aesthetic palette of the record. In this case, we opted to use mostly analog synthesizer.
We allowed ourselves to actually pursue the type of album that we would like to write. We became sort of inspired by records from the 70s and 80s, which were born from the season in which pioneering and experimental artists had just begun to tap into the potential of the synthesizer as an actual musical instrument.
We sort of narrowed down the tools that we used in the record and ended up using almost entirely the Mini Moog, which is sort of the iconic instrument of the records that we were borrowing ideas from.
Of course, we realize using synthesizers in modern music, even in worship music, is certainly not a groundbreaking notion, but we didn't know of a like-minded record that had so embraced new wave as a genre or synth pop or pure analog synths to such a degree. So we wondered how we might also broaden the vision lyrically. So we did that by crafting worshipful compositions from a place of suffering and lamentation, or sometimes from a place of what we felt was a protest against the status quo. We wanted to write songs that we feel are underrepresented in the catalog of what disciples of Jesus often sing together.
This album is the first in what is hopefully a long list of musical collections that come out of the community that we're a part of.